Okay, so I want to give you an analogy for building momentum and sustaining momentum in your business. So how many of you put a 1 in the chat if you want to not only get fire customer and distributor enrollments, but maintain consistent high enrollments for your customers and distributors? How many of you would love that? 1 for me. 1 for me. So you're going to want to share this with your team, share this with anybody who you think will benefit from this message. But think about this, okay? Like you're riding a mountain bike, not just a regular bike, but a mountain bike that has gears that you shift. And think about riding through a neighborhood. Like in our neighborhood, there are hills, and then there's dips, and there's big hills, and there's little hills, there's straightaways, there's curves. And to get up a hill on a bike, if you've got gears to shift, you can shift down into your lower gears. Isn't it the lower gears that it's more tension, or the higher gears? What did we say? It was the higher gears, right? Not that it really meant... Okay, so when you shift down into your lower gears, you're adding more tension to the chains that are turning the wheels. So I want you to think about your business like you just got you got your business, you're working your business, and you're on your mountain bike, and you've got gears that you can shift to utilize how you get up the hills, how you go down them, how you maximize your speed through your ride, and how you have less tension, right? So when you shift down to those low gears, it's putting more pressure on the wheels to work you up the hill. Okay, so I want you to think about that as sending out your messages, getting your host to post up, growing your potentials list. You're doing all of the legwork, the heavier lifting by creating your potentials, having your conversations, getting your yeses, getting your nos, having people that you're adding into your planner, right? And I want to speak on this message because I know a lot of you are really pushing for big goals. And I've had some conversations like, I'm getting at my host to post, I'm having conversations, but I'm getting some no's, but I want to keep getting the wins. The thing is, if you're doing the steps, posting, messaging, following up, and growing your network, which we do growing our network so much through host to post, right? So if you're doing those 4 things consistently, and the consistency will come up in just a second in this analogy, is if you're doing those things consistently, it's not a matter of if they're going to pay off, it's just a matter of when. And that's how you build the momentum. So you build up your strength as you're going up the hill, right? You're having your conversations, you're doing your follow-up, you're doing your posting, you're asking, you're posting, you're following up, you're growing your network, you're doing those things, right? And then what's going to start to happen is about 2 weeks in, I'm assuming you're a brand new distributor, right? Or maybe you are, wanting to pick up the pace in your business. Maybe you've already picked up the pace and you can feel this hard work that you're doing right now, that hard leg work that you're doing, right? Then you start to see that pay off. You start to see your enrollments go up, the potentials in your inbox, your follow-ups are bringing you, fruit of your labor, like you're getting your enrollments from your follow-ups, all of these things, all of the areas where you put in that hard pressure, now you're hitting that top of your next hill, right? So now you go down the hill and you just glide, right? Because all you put in all your posting, your messaging, your host to post, you're starting to see the benefits of all of that hard work that you're getting in place. But here is where I made mistakes in my business that I don't want you to make, okay? Is I will go down the hill, I would ride the momentum that I built going up that hill, and I would kick my gears into such high gear, all loose, not putting in any effort, and just enjoying the ride of enrollments that I had worked for weeks in the past, sometimes months in the past, right? And then while I'm gaining those enrollments, and some of you may be here right now where you're like, I am seeing the results in my business. It is paying off. The host to post I'm doing, the conversations that I'm having, I'm seeing the benefits of that. I know so many of you are in this place right here and you're going down the hill full speed. You're like, this is amazing. Don't stop putting in the legwork. Because what happens when you get down the hill and you get right back to a bottom again, then you got to build the momentum back up to push yourself up that next hill. But if you stay pedaling while you're going down the hill, not just sitting off in neutral. If you stay pedaling while you're going down the hill, you're going to be creating momentum to keep you going up the next. So while you're having all of these wins with your enrollments and your conversations are popping off, you're having people signing up, don't forget to do the things that got you to that place in the first place. What got you those enrollments? Doing host to post, doing your posting, putting up in your stories, following up with people, right? That got you up to the top of that hill. But if you stop doing the things that got you up there on the ride down, you'll benefit from it, but then you'll be like, wait a minute, what happened? And you might get frustrated at yourself that you've got to build up strength again. You've got to build up your momentum again. But that is not the end. You can still build it again. So there's two parts to this. One, how can you sustain your momentum is by continuing to do the things that brought you to strength, that brought you to power in the first place, that brought you up over that hill. Continuing your host to post each day, even if you're already popping off with your conversations, right? So that you go tomorrow and you've still got more business to enjoy, to take advantage of, more people to talk to. But maybe you're at a place where I've been before, is you've had success, you've got your enrollments going, and then maybe you stepped off the gas. All right, think about it like a car. You have your car and you're going down a hill, and you can go down the hill just fine because you've got gravity, you've got momentum that's pushing down the hill. But as soon as you get to the bottom of that hill, if you're not using the gas, you're not going to go back up the hill. You may go like, and then you come back down. But if you give it some gas while you're coming down, it'll pull you back up. Okay? So how can you apply this to your business? This metaphor of a bike going up and down hills and having to create momentum. And then here's what I noticed, because business is on fire, you guys, on fire. People are wanting to order big for their results, ready to join our business. Enrollments are fire right now. Absolutely incredible. But what I even noticed for myself is I'm on a winning streak, but then I noticed my poor previous habits of experiencing the wins, but then not continuing to do the legwork to keep winning happening, right? Because I don't want seasons in my business. I don't want just February through April, I've got a big business. No, I want business all year round. Every month, big business. And how do I keep that? How do I sustain that is while things are going good, I'm still going and like, okay, big moment for me today was I have customer enrollments from people that I talked to last week, from follow-ups that I made over the weekend, but I had no new conversations in my inbox today. No brand new conversations. And that's because I had gotten one host to post up. So I know that before I close out my evening, I need to get some more host to post up. I need to, give myself a push going into tomorrow, not just sitting around wondering, why. I don't want to get to the place where things are quiet in my inbox, when things are quiet in my business. But have I been at those places before where I let myself have good momentum and then just drop it off? Absolutely. And here's how, if you're like in a place right now where maybe you're like, well, I want to pick up pace. I want to pick up the momentum. I want to do the things. I want to get back on the bike. The best way to get up that hill and have the benefits of creating momentum is putting one foot on the pedal and pressing on, doing the things that create the results, posting, messaging, doing your host to post. And what you will start to see is you're going to do your pedaling. Your pedaling is your posting and messaging and following up, and your host to post that you can put into your routines every day. Each day you pedal and you pedal and you pedal. And if you don't let off the pedals, every time that you go up a hill, you're still going to be maintaining that momentum to keep, while you're going down, while you're gliding through, you could take off the gas, you could take off the pedals, you'll still keep moving, but you don't want to stop when you get down to that next rip. You want to keep going back up again, so you keep maintaining your speed. And by that, I mean, let me just give you an example. So our planners, our potentials list that we keep up with. I got myself a new planner for the year, and I have in here the people that I talked to week before last and the people that I talked to last week. Majority of the people that are on these lists from last week and the week prior, if they're not signing up with me in the next week, they're going to most likely be on my potentials list for the next 7 to 10 weeks to come. But do I want to wait on all of those people? Just that, maybe 20 people that's on my potentials list from the last 2 weeks. Do I want to rely my entire business over the next 10 weeks just based on those conversations? No way. I will be waiting for crickets. I will be just waiting for things. And then that's where we can come up and say, well, I'm talking to people, but I'm not seeing the results in my inbox. I'm not seeing the results in my enrollments. I'm talking to people. And that's where I learned this early on. And I want to give this to you, that just because you talked to people yesterday does not mean, do not let the people that you talked to yesterday determine your success for today. And do not let the people that you talk to today determine your success for tomorrow. All of these people will be on your potentials list, and they're going to sign up with you one day. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when with your follow-up. But I don't know about you guys. I want to have sustaining business every day that's constantly growing. And this is where I want you to know that you've got control over what your business looks like. Because I think so many times we can look around and go, well, I'm doing the things, I'm posting, I'm sending out messages, but I'm not getting the results that everybody else is getting. Go do more. Go do more. It literally is just that simple. And here's the benefit of you deciding, well, you know what? I'm just going to go do more to get myself more results. If you took an honest look over how many people you've talked to in the last, let's just say 3 weeks, look at your enrollments over the last 3 weeks and how many people you've talked to in that sum. We all got very similar ratios. A third of the people that I've talked to have signed up, and the other 2/3 have not yet. But if I want more signups, I'm not going to sit here and wait for the other 2/3 to message me and tell me they're ready. I'm going to put them on my follow-up list, but I'm also going to be mindful to say, I'm going to go get more opportunities to get enrollments, and making that choice each day to put your foot on the pedal and take another pedal. That's what gets you up the hill, and it also is what maintains your momentum. So I know a lot of us are diving into Host to Post for the first time, and I just want to give you permission that Host to Post is the fuel for your bike. It's the fuel for your car. It's you can go and get regular fuel, or you can go and get nitro fuel, and you get to use it however much you want to. But Host to Post is the skyrocket for your business. It's going to allow you to expand to people that you would have never been able to come in contact with if not for it. But the customer that I signed up today, here is just an example. The customer I signed up today, we connected in June for the first time through Host to Post. And today she signed up for gummies, but she was on my follow-up list. I knew that when I talked to her back in June that I'm going to assume she's going to sign up with me, but it's not up to me when she signs up. So I've made that connection. Now she's on my prospect list. If she signs up today, great. If not, I know she's going to, but I'm going to increase my chances every day to keep business moving and business building in momentum. So I wanted to give you this message that you get to decide if you pedal. You get to decide, are you putting in that extra legwork? Are you really cranking down in those low gears and putting in the work that other people don't see? sending out the host to post messages, and some people don't respond. But then you go get 3 host to post up from people that you just pushed a little bit more, and you got 3 host to post up that went crazy. And you've got people to talk to for a whole week because you did that next little push that's giving you momentum for this whole week, right? But then you're like, oh my gosh, host to post is amazing. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting my enrollments. Then don't put them on the back burner just because you're like all up in the party dance mode and celebrating. Remember what got you those wins. Remember what got you there. So going back to my story with the person who did host to post for me back in June. Some people take 6 months to sign up with us. We just never know. And the item that she signed up with today was totally different than what we connected with. So here's how that process works. Here's how you ride the bike. Again, I'm giving you the full permission. Like, what I want you to understand is this is a cute analogy and all, but it's practical. It's practical, and it's putting the control in your hands to say it really is up to you to pedal the bike, that we all have the same tools. We're all posting, messaging, following up, host to post, growing our network, repeating, right? We're all doing those things, but it's up to you to decide to put your foot on the pedal and put them in motion, to put your foot on the gas and go each day for it, right? So here's how all that stuff flowed together for me signing up this customer today. So we talked back in June about host to post. I gave her information about the coffee. She got the pricing from me, and then after the pricing, she didn't respond. How many times has that happened to us, right? Like, they got the price and they didn't respond. I knew that she was going to still purchase from me. It's just a matter of when that time was. A couple times I connected with her. She did a host to post for me, then I never heard anything back. I did multiple follow-ups with no response. But here's the thing. She was interested in losing weight and getting results back in June. She's most likely still interested in getting results and losing weight now, right? Like that's still her goals. So I'm not taking it personal when she doesn't order with me. I'm staying kosher and increasing my ratios, increasing my opportunities to win by continuing to talk to more people, right? I didn't wait around for her. I mean, I waited, but I didn't put my business on hold until she signed up, right? So I post super consistently, putting up results photos, putting up call to action photos. Like, if you are interested in taking 2 slimming gummies a day to lose pounds and shrink your tummy, like that kind of thing. I put up posts like that. You can go see the examples. But what happens was she's been watching my story post. She's been watching the posts that come up on my timeline for the past 6 months, building up. For some people, they've got to build up trust. And maybe if it's not build up trust, but find the value to spend that money on themselves. So for the last 6 months, she's been seeing my post about our products, how I'm using them, how the results are going. And immediately when she was ready, I was available for her because she's been seeing my posts. I have not gone away from her reminders that I have the products that she wants. I check in with her inbox. I pop in, right? We do the follow-ups, simple follow-ups. Hey girl, I'm making an order tonight. Would you like to get an order for yourself? No message back. That's okay. She still knows that I'm thinking of her, right? Or he still knows that I'm thinking of him to make that order. So when I posted over the weekend about slimming gummies and it was her time to order, she saw that post, she commented, I messaged her this morning, within 20 minutes she was ready to sign up. But that's the thing is, I planted that seed with her, I put my pedals to motion, and I kept them moving. And along the way, that momentum builds. And while you're signing, because you're going to have people who sign up on the spot. If you're talking to enough people, you will sign up people on the spot. But majority of people you have to follow up with. So while, you're pedaling your bike and you're finding the people that are ready to sign up now, and then you're putting the rest of them on your potentials list, and then you're continuing to put your vehicle in motion, posting, follow up, host to post, repeat, posting, follow up, host to post, repeat. The simple things that we do, right? While you're doing that, along the way, you're picking up all the people in their timing when they're ready to sign up because you're staying in motion. But imagine if I stopped posting, if I didn't post last weekend, she would have been ready and she would have went with somebody who did post about them. She would have, because she was ready to get them. And if I would not have shown that I was open for business, I wouldn't have got that business. So I want you to give yourself the same permission that you get the permission to go to your store and turn that open sign on every day. To go out and show people that you're open for business through your stories, through your post. You get permission to invite people into your store through host to post, through connecting with people. I signed a customer today by someone who I talked to months ago, just saying, hey, I'm placing orders for my 90-day challenge using my slimming gummies and Thermofite X fat burner. Are you interested in details? Boom, she wanted details. But because when you make the choice to open your business every day, show people you're open, show people you're excited, pop in, remind them that they were interested in products, and then connect with people new and repeat that process, you're putting your pedals in motion every single day. And you're going to be achieving your promotional goals that are happening this spring. But not just that, when you hit your promotion, you're not going to stop. You're going to keep riding because you're building momentum. So I have two things that I want to encourage you with before I close this. All right. If you're in a place where you feel like I'm in the dip and it's really hard to get up the hill, sister, keep pedaling. If you're in the dip and it's hard to get up the hill and here's the top of the hill, but you're pedaling and you're like, oh my gosh, it's hard. Keep pedaling. Keep pedaling. Yes, it's hard. Yes, your legs are going to hurt. Keep pedaling up. And then when you get to that point where you're like, I'm so proud of myself, all my hard work is paying off, keep pedaling. Keep pedaling. Don't enjoy the harvest without planting more seeds. Don't enjoy the benefits of your host to post without putting more up. Because what's going to happen is when you make that conscious choice to keep your business moving in motion and not just reap the benefits of yesterday, but make new benefits today, you keep yourself in motion and you're sustaining that momentum and you stay moving and your business stays thriving, not just for a season, but for a long time. And that's how you see when people are like, oh my gosh, I enrolled this customer that I've been speaking to for months, or I just enrolled this customer. Like you will see, like out of my people that I've enrolled this month already, half of them I talked to just for the first time. And the other half of them I've been checking in with for weeks, maybe even months. But I want it all, right? Like I want the people who are ready to sign up today. I know you do. And you want to see the benefits of you want to see the benefits of the people you talk to today that may not be ready today. But if you're not ready for them when they're ready, they're going to still get it. And I want them to get it with you. So two things. If you're in that little valley and you're like, it is hard to get up that hill, you've done it before, you can do it again. And if you've never got up that hill, build the muscle, strengthen your legs, keep going. Don't say it's too hard. It's not too hard. Just keep pedaling. And if you're in this place where you're like, I am feeling the winds, I'm feeling all the goodness, I'm up on top of the hill, I'm about to ride it down, don't just ride it down without still pedaling. Bless yourself with the satisfaction to know that you kept pedaling even while you were riding down because you wanted to be able to skyrocket back up that next hill. You want to be able to prepare yourself to keep winning in the future. So I hope you enjoyed this. Give you permission. Keep pedaling. The simple things that we're all doing. It's hard to push yourself when you're in that push. When you're in that push, meaning you're not getting immediate results. But you just keep pushing because you know when you get to that hill, you're going to be on top and winning. And then you keep riding. You keep pedaling. And you keep going. Good night, you guys.